Actually, it was more, I refer to it more as cyberbullying is the best way I can explain it. It wasn't like I had a relationship with the guy or anything like that, and I can be quite honest with you guys, it was really nothing, and it was more of a psychological, for lack of a better word, sorry for the folks at home and my publicist is probably crying. It was mindfuck. It really was what it was. And it made going to work and dealing with personal issues that I was already dealing with much more difficult and painful. So, you know, I learned a lot from this experience. I took a lot away from it. Like I said, 2010 was much more of a blow than that was.
Yeah.
And that was just because
it just spilled out everywhere.
It spilled out everywhere, and it was definitely, I accept full responsibility for the stuff that happened to me, just because I trusted the wrong people is what it comes down to. And I think we've all done that at some point or another where we just, you know, wanted to be honest and wanted to confide in people and thought we were just, you know, shooting the shit, for lack of a better phrase, and kind of that.
Well, I mean, I think people still don't know what happened here.
Just Google it, okay? It's all over Google.
It's all over the place.
I mean, and I'm so over talking about it.
Yeah, it is kind of an old story, but you were, I mean, I come into the whole, you wake up one morning on the front page of your post. Like,
you know what was the worst part of that?
That's crazy.
I was actually moving that weekend. Like, I was relocating apartments. So I've got all these random dudes in my house. Thank God they barely spoke English. Because they're moving my furniture around, like the newspaper's sitting there on the front, like on the counter, and I'm just like, Dad, could you put that away? Like, this is already awkward enough. And then there's paparazzi chasing me, which, first of all, don't they have better things to do? Like, they're way more important.
No, they're scum. They're scum of the earth. They have nothing better to do.
I was being followed everywhere, so I was trying to move my furniture out while being photographed. It was just a giant...
That's crazy. You actually had to leave town, right?
I did leave town. I left town probably in November, and I went down to Tampa for a little while and stayed with my parents. Don't ever do that. And especially if you're in a PR crisis, because trying to explain to your parents what the words no comment mean is futile.
Wow.
Yeah, and I kept trying to explain to them, like, if someone calls the house, no comment.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
So
that
I'm taking notes. I'm going to
he gets involved in a scandal.
I'm going to assume. It's a good bet that it will be in a scandal.
The funnier story was eventually, you know, things came to blows. My family was not happy with the situation I was in. They wanted me to step up and say something because they're like, you know what happened to you, it's wrong. Like, just come out and speak. And unfortunately, the powers that be that were kind of in charge at the time were saying, shut your hole, know your role, like, don't say anything.
I think you recovered amazingly, and this is, first of all, this is great to come out tonight.
It's really cathartic, actually, and it's way cheaper than my therapy. I really appreciate it.
So you're in LA now. You moved to LA.
I moved to LA. I'm in the NFL Witness Protection Program. And it's been going really well.
Yeah, what are you working over there?
I started out taking classes here at Pitt before I left.
Isn't that cool?
I fell in love with improv. And so I went to LA because I was like, I really got to try Groundlings. I feel like this is something that I've got to do. So went to Groundlings.
The Groundlings, yeah.
That's hardcore.
That is
hardcore improv. But I've been learning so much, and I'm still doing stuff for Fox with the Daily, which is basically a segment where my producers pick activity that they think I can kill myself while doing, because I'm extremely white and uncoordinated. So it's like any sport possible. I actually broke my neck last year doing it.
You broke your neck?
Here.
I don't know. It's just stuff like
Has the picture gone by where I sent Scott this picture where I was just like, everyone thought like my life was like so awesome and that I was really enjoying like the whole scandal crap I was going through. And I sent Scott this picture. I said, this kind of more encompasses what I was going through. The better story was I actually ran away to Lancaster for a long time because the guy I was dating during the whole scandal was a Mennonite, which worked out to my benefit because he had no idea what was going on. He did, but his parents didn't. So they're kind of like Amish with technology, and so they haven't figured out the whole internet thing quite yet. Like, that was the best.
That's the best boyfriend you could possibly have.
It absolutely was. It was so brilliant.
That is crazy.
And you know, he really supported us. And so like there's a picture of me literally where I was having to go out in Lancaster and I didn't bring any clothes. Like it was one of those things where I just left town.
Yeah.
And they like gave me all these men's sweatpants and they gave me like this furry hat that looked like I'd killed a wolf to wear it. And I was
And a horse and buggy.
absolutely thrilled with that, you know, life.
I'll post it on my Facebook wall, and I don't want to.
No, that does not need to go on the
Oh, that's not
internet.
going
That
on- okay.
was more
I
of
won't.
a personal joke.
Well, Jen, listen, it's been awesome talking to you, and I'm really happy you came out and talked about it, and it's brave of you to do it, and I appreciate it.
You know, to be honest though, this guy actually wanted me to sit down with the guy that wrecked my life. AJ Delario.
He'll be on the next week's show.
I'm like,
I thought it might be a good idea. Look, you guys are getting that could have been a big story.
yeah, like I said, if he wants to continue paying for my therapy sessions, that's fine. I've actually been taking, that's another thing I've done in LA.
Yeah.
I've gotten amazingly good at Muay Thai.
Really?
Yes. So, if anyone wants to see AJ take an elbow to the face, that would be great.
You want to see it? Well, maybe in 2 weeks when AJ's on the show, we'll try to set that up. Jen, thank you so much for coming. Jenn Sterger, everybody.